Q4 is here, and if you're running ads, you already know the competition is fierce. Ad costs are climbing, everyone's fighting for attention, and if you're not strategic, you'll end up paying a premium for every single impression. But here's the good news. You don't have to just sit back and watch your CPM skyrocket. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 essential strategies that'll help you cut those ad costs and boost your sales, even when the pressure's on in Q4. Whether you're a seasoned marketer or a business owner dipping your toes into ads, these tactics are going to give you the edge you need to win this season. So if you're ready to make every dollar count and dominate the holiday rush, keep watching. All right, let's kick things off with audience targeting. If you're running ads in Q4, broad audiences can be a huge money drain. You need to hone in on the people most likely to buy, and that's where smart audience targeting comes in. If you're running Google Ads, leverage customer match. This feature allows you to create audiences from your own customer data, like email lists or phone numbers, of people who have already engaged with your brand. By targeting users who are familiar with your business, you're more likely to drive conversions and keep CPMs lower since you're focusing on people who already trust your brand. Imagine this. Instead of casting a wide net and hoping for bites, you're putting your ads right in front of warm leads, people who have shown interest and are primed to convert. This approach can be a game changer, especially during a crowded season like Q4. Now, over on Meta, the strategy is similar, but with a twist. Use a custom audience created from website visitors who have been captured by the Facebook pixel. These are people who have already checked out your website, maybe looked at a few products, or even added something to their cart. They're familiar with your brand, and because of that, that means higher engagement and typically lower CPMs. And here's where you can take it a step further. Leverage lookalike audiences. Start by testing different percentages, 1%, 2%, 3%, to find that sweet spot between reach and relevance. When you notice your general broad campaigns aren't delivering, these lookalikes keep you in front of high potential audiences without bleeding your budget. Now look, not all lookalikes are created equal. A 1% lookalike will give you a tight, highly relevant audience, while a 5% lookalike will broaden your reach but may lower relevance. So test different ranges and double down on what works. Remember, in Q4, precision is everything. All right, now that we've got your audience targeting locked in, let's talk bidding strategies, because targeting the right people is unfortunately only half the battle. The real cost control comes down to how you're bidding on these audiences. For example, on Google Ads, one of the smartest moves you can make is to use automated bidding strategies. For instance, strategies like target CPA, which is cost per acquisition, and maximize clicks are great for getting more conversions without overpaying for impressions. Another option is the target ROAS bid strategy, where you set a specific return on ad spend goal. This can be super effective if you're focusing on efficiency over scale, but just keep in mind, when you set a high ROAS target like 900%, you're asking Google to prioritize returns, but that can limit reach, right? So this strategy is ideal when you want a high return but aren't as focused on volume. Now, over on Meta, it's all about balance. Start by using the lowest cost bidding if you want Meta to get you the most results within your budget. It's simple, but it lacks control over cost if you're working with tight margins. Now, that's where cost caps come in. With cost caps, you can set a maximum cost per conversion, say $25, and Meta will aim to keep results within that range. This gives you the best of both worlds. Let's take a look at this example. Cost cap is set at $25. Now, Meta will try to bring in conversions around this price point, helping you control costs in real time. Now, the trick here, though, is to test a few different cost cap levels to find where you're hitting that sweet spot. Be prepared, though, to make adjustments as you go, as this strategy requires a close eye, especially in a high stakes period like Q4. Now, bidding strategies aren't a set it and forget it kind of thing. In Q4, you need to be agile. So check your performance metrics frequently, and if you see your CPMs creeping up or conversions dropping, don't hesitate to adjust your cost cap or switch bidding strategies. Sometimes moving from a target CPA to maximize click strategy, for example, can make all the difference in staying competitive. All right, so you've got your audience targeting and bidding strategies dialed in, but there's one more factor that can drive your CPMs up if you're not careful, and that's frequency. Let's start with Google. One of the most effective ways to control CPMs on Google display ads is by setting frequency caps. Frequency caps limit the number of times your ad is shown to the same person within a certain period. So this prevents any ad fatigue, which is when people see your ad so often that they just start ignoring it, or worse, they get annoyed by it. By capping your frequency, you keep your message fresh and avoid wasting impressions on people who've seen your ad multiple times without taking action. Let's take a look at this example here. You see a campaign with a frequency of 6, which is pulling a ROAS of about 2.16, compared to a campaign with a frequency of 2.2, which has a significantly higher ROAS of 8.35. Higher frequency typically leads to lower returns because audiences get desensitized to the ad. Now, how do you tackle this? You have to refresh your creatives, swap out your images, your headlines, or CTAs to keep things fresh and engaging. Another option is to rotate in a new audience segment, or just narrow down to a more relevant subset if your performance starts to slip. All right, and hey, you made it. That's a wrap. By optimizing your audience targeting, refining your bidding strategies, and carefully managing frequency, you're setting yourself up to lower ad costs and maximize sales this Q4. Remember, these strategies aren't just nice to haves, they're essential if you want to stay competitive during the busiest time of the year. So, if this video helped you level up your Q4 ad strategy, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that noti bell for more tips on scaling your business. And let us know in the comments, what's your top strategy for keeping ad costs down? Let's help each other crush it this season. Good luck out there.